Hello everyone, how's it going? Did you brush your teeth this morning? So, before I talk about Daredevil Born Again, we had to take a trip back in time to 2015. I was a sophomore in college, people didn't know what color this dress was, people were messing up their lips with the Kylie Jenner challenge, and Netflix released the Daredevil show. Everyone was raving about this show and how good it was. Everyone and their mama had seen this show, except me. And I don't know why. I started one night, fell asleep, and I never watched it again. Still, I don't know why. I think because I equated that me falling asleep on the show must have meant that the show was boring. You know, instead of the obvious answer being that I probably was just tired. And if I haven't pissed off any Daredevil fans yet, let me tell you one more thing. Even though I didn't see Daredevil, I did see Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. Yes, Iron Fist. Both seasons. I even saw The Defenders, which makes things even more ludicrous due to the fact that The Defenders evolved a lot of Daredevil stuff, with the hand and with Elektra coming back to life. Also, when Daredevil sacrificed himself at the end of Defenders, I didn't feel anything. You want to know why? Because I didn't know the character. So let's jump ahead to 2025. A new Daredevil show is announced on Disney Plus, and I didn't watch it. Well, at least not right away. I've mentioned in my Ironheart video that my homie Cooley got me back into my Marvel bag, and I've been watching a lot of Marvel projects that I did miss. The 3 seasons of Daredevil that were on Netflix was one of them. And I definitely slept on the show. Like, really slept on the show. Like, comatose. As I'm watching the show, I'm just shaking my head to my younger self. Before we get into Born Again, I had to slightly talk about these 3 seasons that were on Netflix. Season 1, we get introduced to some amazing characters: Foggy, Karen, Kingpin, Claire, and of course, Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil. First things first, I have to say that Charlie Cox does an amazing job portraying Matt. When he's playing Matt the lawyer, he walks and talks with so much swagger and confidence. When he walks into an interrogation office or in a courtroom, his presence is known. He does a good job pretending to be a blind person. Well, he is blind, but he can see the different way. He's not the normal blind. I can't really explain it, just know that there's levels to this. And when he's Daredevil, he's Daredevil. His fight scenes are always great to look at, great cinematography, and he's brutal. And I love it. Anyway, enough glazing. Matt struggles with being a lawyer by day and being Daredevil by night. It is interesting how this struggle affects his relationships and his job. And to see him go against Kingpin was chef's kiss. Speaking of Kingpin, I think he was great. He starts off as this mysterious figure behind the scenes pulling strings in the crime world. When you finally see him for the first time, he's at an art show. I was like, neat. He don't seem that menacing. And then I watched him smash a man's head by slamming a car door on it multiple times. Yeah, that's when I knew he was a problem. Eventually, Daredevil stops him, and he is never a problem again. So Foggy discovers Matt's secret as Daredevil, which obviously makes him upset because he felt like his best friend should have told him. And he thought Matt was blind, which he is. But you know, not blind. Like I said, there's levels to it. There's strife between Matt and Foggy because of this, and it's an interesting dynamic because it affects both of their relationship with Karen. They even Karen to be like the middleman for the two. Speaking of Karen, you first meet her on the floor next to a dead guy that she's falsely accused of killing. Matt and Foggy become her lawyers, and that eventually leads her to work for their law firm, which I wasn't expecting at the time, but I didn't mind at all. I like them 3 together. They kind of give Karen some more depth later in the season when she kills one of the fistmen. Throughout the entire 3 seasons, she carries that guilt in secret. In a way, it makes her character a parallel to Matt's. They both carry a secret and a sense of darkness within them. I feel like Foggy is the light that keeps them from both completely falling into darkness. And Claire, well, I had no reason to mention her other than the fact that it's Rosario Dawson. Like, come on. I'm kidding. She's a nurse that patches up Matt, and she actually shows up in Luke Cage and in Iron Fist too. Also, it's Rosario Dawson. Season 1 was lit. I like this season 2 even more though. Season 2 introduced us to the Punisher, and I have to say that John, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but John does an amazing job portraying Frank Castle. I think it's Bernthal. John Bernthal. That was not that hard. I don't know why I just... Anyway. Also, I know I haven't mentioned the Punisher series. I'm currently watching it and I'm loving it. We also get introduced to Elektra in this season too, and I think she's pretty dope. The season gets more involved with the hand and it leads right into the Defenders show. And I have to say that I enjoyed the Defenders a lot better after watching season 2 of Daredevil. I wish the show was a little better, but you know, at least this time around, I wasn't lost with most of its plot points. Season 3 was good too. It introduces Bullseye, and I thought his skill set was dope. Like, look at this. That's some good stuff right there. They even introduced Matt's mom in the season, which was an interesting subplot. We get Fisk back as the main antagonist and Daredevil defeats him again. Season 3 was really good. Out of all the 3 seasons, I think season 2 was the best. Still, all of it was good. Again, I was sleeping heavily on this show. After watching all of that, I was super excited to watch Daredevil Born Again. And was it good?
No.
Okay, it's not the worst thing ever, but it was definitely a mixed bag. The tones were all over the place. It was trying to have the same tone for the Netflix series, but also was trying to be upbeat like the other MCU project, which makes sense because apparently there were a lot of reshoots, and you can definitely tell. When they first started shooting this show, the showrunners wanted to do like a soft reboot for Disney Plus to move away from the Netflix series and make it more lighthearted and more comedic. I don't know why they wanted that, but you know, not everything you want is good. Then in 2013, this amazing thing happened. The writer's strike. This gave Marvel time to see what the 6 episodes they have shot so far looked like. And did they like what they saw?
No.
So, the showrunners got fired, and they got the writers of the Punisher Netflix series and the directors from Loki to fix this mess. So, they did a bunch of reshoots and got some quality stuff. However, they had to use some of the stuff they shot before, so they had to stitch it all together like some Frankenstein monster, and that's why we have an episode where Matt is at the bank with Miss Marvel's dad and brutally breaks a robber's leg. It's not all bad though. There were some things that I liked it. I really loved the first 15 minutes of the show. It had like red hues in each shot, giving this stylish but gritty tone. You see the 3 people we all love from the Netflix series, Matt, Foggy, and Karen, watching them enjoy themselves at Josie's. We didn't get this amazing one-shot fight with Daredevil and Bullseye. I really liked the conversation between Matt and Fisk. It was nice to see them catch up to give each other updates on their lives. Also, it was nice to see them at the same place in life. Matt is no longer Daredevil and he's trying his best to be a normal lawyer. Fisk is no longer the kingpin and he's trying to be straight and narrow while running for the mayor. And at first I was thinking, who will vote for a criminal? But then I thought about our president and I was like, oh, this is art imitating life. They both agreed that as long as they don't cross each other's lines, then they won't get in each other's way. Of course it doesn't work out, but hey, at least they tried. This conversation between Matt and Frank was phenomenal. These 2 actors always do a great job on screen together. Frank gives Matt the space to let out his feelings regarding Foggy's death. The whole scene was done beautifully and organically. I will show the scene, but I'm afraid that I'll get this video copyrighted, but definitely check out the scene if you haven't yet. Another thing I liked was the Daredevil and Punisher team up and seeing Karen come back. That's all I remember liking. Now the stuff that I didn't like. One thing I don't like is that they got rid of Foggy and Karen and replaced them with these 2. I know Karen came back, but she definitely was missed on the episode she wasn't on. I don't like Matt's new girlfriend. She's just generic and I just feel like she just came out of nowhere. I didn't like how Matt just put White Tiger's identity out in the open just so he can win his case. I will admit I never read a Daredevil comic, but this seemed out of character. Also, like, bro, how would you feel if someone just told everyone that you was Daredevil? Like, it was wild. And speaking of Daredevil, it took Matt 6 episodes to put on the Daredevil suit. 6! This season only has 9 episodes. This guy had more screen time than Daredevil. Lastly, this might be me nitpicking, but this main episode was just dumb. It was pointless. Why was this in here? All in all, Daredevil Born Again is a mixed bag. There were a few things that I liked it, a lot that I didn't. However, now that the show doesn't have the passion bad work into the next season, I believe that the next season is going to be great. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, hit that like and subscribe button. It's free $99. Well, I hope you guys have a blessed one as always, and peace.